I'm ibxtoycat, and today I'm back in the Let's Play world, and I'm doing what we've found out in the last 24 hours is the hardest job on the internet, which is being a streamer. Also so happens to be the most desired, so who knows about that first bit, but the point here is to say that I'm in my Let's Play world, and I'm working on a big new project which you can come along with me for, because I have had this Let's Play house since nearly the very beginning of this world. It is one of my proudest, my biggest feats, honestly. I've got a bunch of cows, I've got a big old blast furnace, and then I've got my Let's Play house, which I'm always looking over from my giant statue up there. Today, I'm going to be working on a related project to this main one, because something you might not know is that I have an ally, which I've just been... Honestly, I've kind of left him here doing nothing for a long time. I'm going to put this ally to good use today, because I'm going to give him an obsidian block, and I'm going to put him to work down underneath my house. So let's grab one of these. Let's hope that he is receptive to this idea, and let's give him this here obsidian and try to send him down to work because I have basically a preparation plan in case of disaster. It's something you need to have when you're working in Minecraft, because let's say hypothetically something terrible happened to my house. I need to be prepared, and how many people have bunkers in their basements? They have, some form of fallout shelter. I have something very similar, so I dug a very, very, very big hole down here, and what do you know, inside of it is this right here, my Let's Play house. But, as you can see, this house burnt quite badly. It's not that I placed it this way. It wasn't this way to begin with, but it burned quite terribly because of all of this lava. And destroying lava is kind of a weird one to do. You can do it with a bucket if you're willing to lose the lava forever. However, I'm a big fan of obsidian, and I kind of need to mine it anyway. So rather than doing a really weirdly contrived way of destroying lava, which we totally could do too, instead, I'm taking a bucket of water, I'm taking the lava, and I'm showing you one of the weirder but more effective ways to get rid of it. You pour water down, and then you can destroy an obsidian block. In the case of me here, you can see it takes just a second or two, and then we make more obsidian, and then once we've done that, we remove that too, and then we make more obsidian, and then we do this kind of continuously until there is no more lava left. And indeed, we'll have a big flat wall over here. That is the long-term plan. Let's see if we can make this work. So, it's going to be a big fan. Also, please make a 1.21 Let's Play. I have been seeing, actually, Joni, there is a bigger and bigger pressure on YouTubers. I've noticed this has been creeping in over the last few years in particular. People are very, very keen to play with the latest stuff. It's kind of like, almost explicitly saying, like, yeah, people want more, like, base game content than Mojang is explicitly putting out. And so one of the solutions to that is to play the next update early. Minecraft is one of the very few games, basically, you decide when you update to the next update. There's a point where it comes officially out, but I could play right now if I wanted to, as I'm sure you're very aware from the fact that many YouTubers do. I could just play 1.21 in its current form, but I do think that that removes the whole point of the update system. Personally, by the way, thank you for becoming the 505th channel member. Oh wait, no, actually, yeah, Jeebus. Wow, Jeebus, it's good to see you. I'm looking forward to today's stream, by the way. I think about this all the time. I would love to stream the Let's Play as like my, I would love it if, just some days waking up and being like, what did we just work on the Let's Play today? And so today's been a busy day working on the finishing of trying out all the paid mods in Minecraft to go with the free video. So it's been a busy day for that, and I've some things I had to go out for. But now that there's one of my biggest videos of the last year. There's a lot of big things that are happening. But now that that's done, it's like, yeah, let's welcome the Let's Play world. Let's welcome something fun. Also, I didn't know this type of message was a thing, says Diamond the Cat. Yeah, when you're a channel member, every month you get to leave a message, which goes in big green in the chat. It's something that's pretty cool, I think. A lot of people like it. It's a way to, like... It's an extra boost to a message for free, effectively. It's almost like a free super chat, if you will, just minus the notification. I think it's pretty cool as a concept. So yeah, the way that we're going to do this is we're going to try and get all of the obsidian that's easy to mine, and then once we've got the easy to mine obsidian, we'll work on the hard to mine stuff. Also, Toycat, make it a huge statue of all of the obsidian. Yeah, I do have a lot of plans for the obsidian. I would very much like to do some fun stuff with it. Let me tell you That is a very much a plan. And in case you're curious as to how much obsidian I have, don't worry, it's quite a bit. I've been collecting this slowly but surely. So I'm now going to take all of my stone out of this, and I'm going to take that, or I guess I could just put down a second shulker box actually. I'll put down one of these here, and I'll move all of the obsidian over to that. And I think we're also going to need to bring some brick over here, because my house is not fully bricked up right now, as you can see. We need some wood, we need some bricks, and we need a blue bed for the house there, for the roof there. I guess also, if you think about it, if you look at the ceiling, we could probably do with removing a bit more of that layer up there. It's a bit messy right now, but I think we could do with removing that. So that is the main plan. Also, yeah, my house is not bricked up enough. It is true. I've got 35 bricks here, but I think I've got a bunch more on the other side of my world. So we're going to go over there, get it, and come back. Because, hello, I'm ibxtoycat. Does anyone else have dreams that they could play Minecraft full-time? I know it's probably... I don't know if it makes the most or the least sense for me to have that dream. I just want you to know that I... The week we did... I think it was only 2.5 days streaming, like, 8 hours a day. It really did... also stop rubbing it in. I have that dream, says Bryce Nafskiga. Right, it's, you know, just to remove all your other obligations and play games is one of those, like, I don't know, I'm sure it's not, I'm not the only one who says, like, that is, like, childhood coming back in a way. Like, I think for a lot of people when they reminisce of their childhood, they're like, yeah, I miss when, you know, like, we would go and do this, or when we would, you know, I know, I think a lot of people miss their interactions with other human beings. I miss my interactions with computers. You learn from playing MMOs, by the way. When people have an incentive to scam you, they're going to. You know, there's a lot of valuable life skills you learn from them. By the way, I've also been thinking of extending this blue ice boat thing to go, like, through here, maybe. I think it would work, too. Okay, so my childhood was awful. I don't miss it. I bet you miss something about your childhood, no matter how bad it is. Funnily enough, when you decided to get back into your Let's Play, I've started playing on my world again, says KMB. Yeah, I had this, I think it's been the longest stretch, was it like 3 weeks or so, where I just wasn't really playing on the world. And it was a bit of a personal thing, but also it was a bit of like, yeah, I think the thing that a lot of people feel is you have your own internal motivations for doing actions, and then you have external motivations. So, internally, you might... Also, do you think I have some bricks just lying around here? It's possible. I've got like a clay chest, so maybe I've got a brick chest. You know, we can dream. We can definitely dream. Okay, that's not... Okay, is there bricks over here? There's mycelium, and then there's... Oh, I knew I had amethyst lying around somewhere. Okay, that's something I wish I had had. I hate my job. But yeah, there's two types of motivation. There's the intrinsic, and then there's like external. When someone says you need to do this or you will be homeless, say paying rent, you do it no matter how much you dislike it. And then there are some things where even if you really like doing it, you might not be able to convince yourself to do so, which is, I know, there's a lot of interesting versions of this, right? And so, also, yeah, I want to thank you for changing how I treat my worlds, doing challenges and such instead of setting an arbitrary end goal. Let's see Minecraft as a canvas and not a linear journey. Yeah, I'm a believer of the things that you like most in life don't need to have ends. A lot of the things you're healthier setting an end for anyway. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say that there's no good time to end anything or anything like that. That would be wildly wrong of me, to say the least. But I would say also I have a lot of furnaces here and a lot of clay. Maybe I should be smelting this somewhere else. If I bring my... Do I have a bunch of clay in here still? Yeah, I'll bring this clay with me over to the other side of the world, and I'll smelt it up in the main house, and then just kind of bring it back down. But yeah, I like, if you look around this world, every time I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's nice. What more can I add? And then I add something, and then it seems weird at the time, but it makes a big impact on me later. Every time I fly over this, like, deep slate mountain. Anyway, yeah, so the Let's Play is coming back, in case you're curious. I think I have some very clear reasons for why it's not going to be weekly. at first. It's kind of a shame. Like, the Let's Play used to be daily, and then we went weekly, and yeah, like, back in 2013, that is. And so it's kind of funny to then go back. You can kind of go, like, even more in another direction. But also, I want it to be that every episode is impactful to how you might deal with a world of a similar nature. That's the basic goal there. So, Kat, if there was, would you like the console versions if it was the only one? Yeah, right? I mean, would anyone like things less if they were the only one? I mean, maybe. I think I would like it. So we'll now take this brick as well. Then we'll put the clay, the sponge, and the gold in there. And then we'll turn all of this brick into bricks. Nice. And then we'll grab some wood, which I still have a ridiculous amount of. 16 wood won't be enough, so I'll take a full 32 for this. And now let's go down underground to the thing again. So yeah, it's kind of fun that since I started this, you know, things have changed a little bit. This used to be the entire height of a Minecraft world. So when I originally mined this, the deep slate you're seeing now would have been obsidian. And so it's fun to see, like, oh, now it's not obsidian. Sorry, the deep slate would have been bedrock, not obsidian, sorry. Sometimes my brain says things, but they're not the same words that I'm thinking as I'm putting the actions together, which is maybe concerning, but you know what? I'm choosing to see it as an opportunity to learn about speech. So before we finish building any of the wood here, because we do need to do that, but it's way more important we remove lava first. If there is lava around, my house will not be safe, and I would like my house to be safe. So let's make sure that it is by mining in a straight line over here. So, will you ever do another realm experiment? Oh, we need to put the water there, and we need to put water there whenever it happens. I'm not going to rule out doing a realm experiment, but it's not. It's one of those things, right? It's I've been very clear that I won't just do it for the sake of doing it. If I put water there, oh, it will remove the obsidian that it's sitting on. Yeah, I don't know that, and that's kind of the extrinsic motivation thing again. Like I do have some extrinsic motivation. I think, you know, if you make a good realm review, especially if it's a classics, or not realm review, if I make a good, wow, my brain is really doing that today. Like just thinking one thing, saying a different thing. Hope that's not a sign of anything bad. But yeah, I think the server experiments are a lot of fun, and I have a lot of extrinsic motivation in that people would be happy to see it. I'm sure I'd get a lot of subscribers, or maybe just existing subscribers would watch the channel more, but it'd be good for business. And I am a believer in what is good for business being a good idea in general. But at the same time, unless I have a good enough reason for myself to do it, I'm not going to do it. Has it been quite a while since the last ROM experiment? I don't know if you still have the motivations to do another one. I did a really fun one after the release of Ultra Flat Survival. I put strangers, it was actually, to kind of balance that, I put like people from the members of this channel into a thing. We do stuff like that occasionally, like, but yeah, outside of but I try not to advertise it as a benefit of being a member because, like, you know, then maybe the wrong type of person becomes a member just to join those servers. Yeah, I did a really fun one recently. I think I was there. Yeah, you were definitely there, Kat. It was cool to see. I remember you being there at least. So, you know, that, although we can trust my memory only a certain amount. Excuse me, am I a stranger to you? Says Dayshay. Good to see you, Dayshay. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening. My Sunday is going quite well, thank you very much. At least one of us remembers. Yeah, I think that I think the last ROM experiment was a very long time ago, but that doesn't mean that it was. But you know, actually, it was a while ago since we did I guess what you could call the political style, where it's like testing some ideology in Minecraft, which I think was fun. But if I'm being honest, a lot of people took the basically same idea and started making it. I think this is what people call I saw this referenced recently as like one of the worst fears of a YouTuber is you make a really, you know, unique video, and it's so unique that other YouTubers see it as the blueprint for their entire channels. And you know, like I don't feel any, like, you know, regret about that, thankfully. Like, but I do sometimes think, like, oh yeah, if I'd have been on the ball more, you know, I'd been the one making the civilization explained in Minecraft over X amount of time videos. But, you know, I like what I do now a lot. It's kind of like if I switched to making full-time Let's Play streams. I'm sure I'd feel some hit, you know, financially. But as long as I was enjoying streaming the Let's Play, I wouldn't be bitter about it. Absolutely love these videos, as that you made your current things as well. So I as you can see, I've got a big pile to work through here today. But I am making a surprisingly fast dent. I think whenever you start a project, you've got this, like, very different motivation to whenever you're, like, halfway through. That's why I think, weirdly enough, to kind of almost contradict the previous advice, even though this Let's Play world doesn't have an end, every project needs to have clear, definable ends, or you just end up with a bunch of half-finished things. Also, Cameron, just wondering, why do you keep a netherite hoe in your hotbar? It's in case I ever need to mine, like, I don't know, netherwarts, or stuff of that nature. It's, is it likely that I'll have to mine those things? No. But is it possible? Yes. Do I want to be prepared? You better believe. Obsidian time, let's make it rhyme. Good job, I wrote it. Also, yeah, the game I most want to stream right now, by the way, outside of Minecraft, because every time I'm on my Let's Play world, I'm like, oh, I've got this I need to do, I've got this I want to do, I'm excited for this, like, I think having a little time away from it really made me realize how many fun projects there are I want to do, you know, during the course of the Let's Play. And so, the other game that I recently was like, yeah, I wanna play this too, is RuneScape. I feel like I've gotten really back. I've got recommended a ton of RuneScape music, and I just listen to it while I'm working, and it just brings back too much nostalgia. I just want to sit there at a farming plot and slowly weed out for 4 experience a time. Also, I carry 2 tridents in my inventory. You're not that bad. Why 2? I can understand the first trident being a riptide trident, or maybe using a mending or like a loyalty trident as a way to, you know, kind of replace the idea of a crossbow or bow. But 2 tridents, I think you're being silly there, Jeremy Bearimy. You know, you could Jeremy Bearimy. You are being silly, but that's fine. It really sucks when a hobby turns into a chore, so still a hyper. I'm gonna go the opposite way, actually. So, the topic of the day. Also, I think the LA just tried to throw obsidian into lava there. The topic of the day, something I've been seeing a lot in the streaming world, is the idea of, is streaming a hard job? There's some, you know, famous streamer. There's some, you know, there's certain types of streamers that are always getting, you know, mentioned because their whole job is being relevant in people's social media, so they'll think, oh, I should check this person out. Anyway, long story short is one of those people, maybe one of those terminally online people, is made some point about like, oh yeah, this is actually the hardest job, like, but something along those lines, like it's one of the. It's, you know, like doing 8 hours of streaming a day is harder than a lot of other jobs. Their actual point was about the amount it drains you socially to do streaming is more than the amount it drains you socially to do a lot of other jobs. If you work in a factory, or you're a roofer, or you're an accountant, or, you know, whatever else, you finish your day maybe exhausted, but not socially exhausted. That's why it's a norm to go out to the pub or to go out and hang out with friends, you know, wherever it is. And so that's the, I think that's the point they're actually making. But the underlying thing that slips through is like, oh, streamer thinks streaming is hard. And I think there's something about that which is, you know, like, I think every dream job has parts of it which are not a dream, right? I think a lot more people are opening their eyes to that, but in the same way that, like, if you really like playing football, being a professional footballer is the dream job until you realize that, oh, yeah, you have to play a lot more than you think. You do a lot of training exercises because it's not just about being good at football. You need to have general fitness levels. And you need to do a lot of, like, interviews because, like, you play football for a team and that team is a commercial organization. I think a lot of people realize about every other job, like, eventually, like, what the trade-offs are. But I think YouTube is just kind of young, so a lot of people... Oh, God. Man, what? Lava will burn you when you're not in lava. That is my biggest pet peeve about Minecraft. Not a fan of it at all. But yeah, every activity where you exchange services for currency has a compromise. Yeah, when you're... See, the way I would even think about it, because I used to think about this, like, why does that have to be true? Why aren't there jobs where you are doing solely what you want all of the time, every time? And the answer is because the way that money works, again, this is my answer that I've come to, is like money basically works as an exchange of, you know, like you are doing a service for someone else, so you give them money in exchange for their service, right? That's no one's surprised by that, but like, oh yeah, when I go to Taco Bell, I don't expect them to make it for me for free, even though I would like it and I would like to not pay. You understand that if someone's doing something for you, you usually give them money. There's a commodification of something which can exist without commodification in there, but it's well above the point that I'm trying to raise, and also above the points of reality, perhaps we could say. But there is a money is an excuse for Toycat to change topics. Yeah, even like if money is a way that you exchange money and you get something for it, then if you want money to then exchange for other things, you're never doing what you want necessarily, but at some point down the line, what someone with money wants, which is, you know, like fine, and you know, we all get money sometimes, and we all want things from it, and we don't think it's unreasonable. Like if you went into a coffee shop and you said, I'll have a coffee, please, and they said, no, I don't feel like making coffee. You'll have a Pepsi Max. You might like Pepsi Max. You know, I like Pepsi Max. I'd love to see a map of all the Pepsis in the world. You might like Pepsi Max. It might be a solid beverage, but you'd still feel like, but you know, I came here for a coffee. Is it okay if you made that coffee? And you know, whereas the coffee person's like, but some days I just want to sell people Pepsi Maxes. Some days I don't want to sit at the machine and like, you know, pull it just right and you know, like pour it into cups and deal with scalding hot liquid. Some days I want to deal with cold liquid. So, you know, it's Diet Coke day today for you, you know? That would be ridiculous, I think people might be right in saying. And so, yeah, I think at some point you're always changing your services for someone else. And in a regular job, everyone's kind of aware that that's your boss. But when you're self-employed, which is what YouTubers are, they're contractors or whatever you want to say. When you're self-employed, that person is usually some vague market force. So, you know, in the case of YouTube, it is literally like, yeah, the average viewing person, your job is to cater for them. If that person, you know, that person doesn't say to you like, oh yeah, if you just feel like playing Minecraft 8 hours today, yeah, just go ahead, honestly. There's almost like this constant battle between like consumer and YouTuber about like, what does the consumer want and what can the YouTuber do? In the same way that there is in every other industry. Like, the Taco Bell executives are having a constant battle between what can, you know, what can be legally constituted as food and, you know, like, what are you actually willing to pay for? There's always a moving battle with moving lines, okay? Move some of that there. It's always happening, right? But, yeah, there is an endless, I guess, like, movement of that, but you are, at some point, looking after someone else's wants and needs, you know, maybe you could say, if you want to put it basically. And so, yeah, I think that is where I think the dream of every job starts to get lost with the reality. Because like I said, like, you might like playing football, but actually your employer is the club that would hire you. That you might like being an actor because you like being famous, but actually your job is to promote movies and all of that noise, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so you know, your job when you're a Leonardo DiCaprio or, you know, any other famous actor or actress is you need to make that movie sell as many copies as possible because people know you and therefore etc., etc., etc. Your job is always abstracted from what people think your job is. Even in the corporate ladder, something everyone will tell you is you will have a job title, things that you're meant to do, and to be promoted at your job doesn't mean doing your job really well. It means knowing what you need to do to be promoted. There's basically a second secret job you have to find. It's like a secret warp pipe in Mario or something. You need to find what that secret job they actually want from you is. And that's how you progress in a lot of places. I want to say I really appreciate the layout you make some of your videos where you shoot new updates that you've made and transition from the first bit to the next bit, you know. Oh yeah, you like it? I'm glad, Cameron H. Thank you. Okay, there's some lava there, but it's fine. Can't burn me now. That lava is stressful. Yeah, I do have to say, it's, maybe it'd be better to just, like, leave that there and then mine through it. Because now when we mine through it, it instantly becomes obsidian. And the alley will pick up anything that we miss, so. Yeah, this is actually quite smart. If we're trying to do what I'm trying to do right now, which I am, because I'm doing it. Yeah, this seems to work out quite nicely. And there we go. So I don't know why it's not... I don't know why I can't get all of this to turn into... like, the water and the lava just won't mix. But outside of that, this has worked quite well. So now we come through, and we just mine the last of the blocks here. And we're golden. Yeah, it's just... It just does not like me. Okay, I'll put water there, and then I'll scoop it up and put water there. And then I'll scoop that up, and there we go. So now we've officially mined all of this. And see, again, what was just an ugly lava pit before becomes something much nicer now. It's always, it's usually the water like that. I always use the same method. It's not often you have to destroy a lot of obsidian, to be honest. But I guess it's good to know for when you do. So, yeah, just to take a look at it now. Oh, look, it's fun. All of the tunnels that I mined at where the diamonds are have come into this big tunnel right here. It looks kind of nice when you see it like that. I like it at least. Although I should probably fill in a few of these blocks here or there. I want to make this a bit smoother of an exterior. So we can do that right now. Okay, so let's go. Let's craft some stairs first. Maybe some wood planks too. So a full set of planks and then a full set of stairs, for lack of anything better. And then we'll go do this. So we'll remove these 2 blocks, put these 2 blocks in. And we could go get some more bricks too. Although I'm not sure that I'll need them. Yeah, let's just wing it. Let's go for this. So in we go. This is my house. My house is very amazing. What is inside? Bit too much brick. But we can make it so there's more brick, obviously. Everyone loves a good bit of brick. You know what else I love? Also, you should make an upside down house after this one. I was actually thinking just now. Like, you know what? If I've got a house in the basement of this house, you know what the logical next thing to do is, right? We all can obviously work out what the logical next step should be after building a house in the basement of this house. I think so. I think it's obvious at least. But if it's not obvious, then maybe I shouldn't say. So let's quickly remove all of this and then put some torches up a layer. Everyone loves a torch that goes all the way up there. And yeah, the top of this house is going to be a bit of a pain, but we're just going to ignore all of that pain. Gonna take a Minecraft painkiller to make sure that we don't notice it. Boom, look at this. It's just are there any problems that we could have here? I can't imagine any. Perfect, and then we'll do the same over here. Just ignore the cave that already exists. It is a non-existent problem to me. Because yeah, as with all good things, if you pretend a problem isn't there, it'll probably go away. It's how most adult problems really work. It's there's a constant battle in the world in the same way that, like, there's the intrinsic motivation people have and there's the extrinsic motivation that different other people have. In the same way, you know, like, there's a lot of obligations you need to do to the world. And the world is doing a very good job to make sure that you look after those obligations. Coming up with reasons that you should or shouldn't. It's a beautiful thing sometimes. Also, oops, I'm late. Hope you're desert well, says Phoebe Mitchell. I'm doing very desert well today. Thank you for asking. I've been having a good one, I think. I have been, I've had quite a few days away in a row, like basically for a whole week. And so it's nice to be back. I've had like a busy schedule for a bit that I'm kind of looking at and I'm saying it'd be nice to have a few days of not that. Maybe a whole month. I know I'd get bored after a little bit, but I'd rather be bored for just a bit.
Hi, Toycat.
Hi.
I'm happy to give you money today. Get yourself some food after the stream. I also want to know if you have any tips for streaming.
Okay, so yeah, I can answer this question. So step 1 of this is get myself some food off the stream. I already ate, if you'll believe it. It's very, I'm guessing you live in the US. I think that's about $10 US tip. I'm just judging by the conversion rate here. Could be entirely wrong, of course. But so yeah, I just had dinner. It was pretty good dinner. Oh god, no, my water. No, where is it? Okay, so my water might be gone. So we'll scoop that up and then put a cobblestone there instead. Yeah, there goes my water. It's stone now. Terrible. But, yeah, basically, tips for streaming. I think the... Oh, no, what's happening? Do you hear that? Nah, it's fine. Scoobity scoop. Stop green screen, kids. Yeah, wait, stop green screen, kids, says Richard Tidmarsh. No idea what that is. It's funny that he's talking about streaming. I downloaded OBS and plan to start streaming soon myself. Yeah, so I would say, a lot of the streaming advice that I would genuinely give, like this is to someone I care about, right? Is I would give advice that is about keeping your expectations tiny, first of all. A lot of people, there's something called the survivorship bias. You will see successes more than you see failures, because you don't see many YouTubers with 12 views per video. Most of the YouTubers, you know how like your friends statistically have more friends than you. It's just mathematically true, because the more friends you have, the more people you know. It becomes like a big self-fulfilling loop. But in that same way, that your friends have more friends than you, you know more successful streamers than you know unsuccessful streamers. But there are, you know, rather like smaller streamers. I don't want to imply that's unsuccessful. It depends on what metric you're using, right? But also, it's important to know that, like, yeah, it is something a lot of people try. Like, have the mindset of, like, yeah, if this goes anywhere, that would be nice. Don't do what so many, especially, like, new parents do, where they're like, yeah, I'm just going to quit my job, go all in on being a streamer. I understand the appeal. I love the idea of being a Minecraft streamer. But yeah, my biggest tip would be, like, kind of, like, go in emotionally. But, you know, I assume you mean, like, more than that. You're ready, you're willing to just give this a shake. Hopefully you know the risks, the downsides, the whatever else is. So tip number 2 is, like, yeah, that people, growth can be slow, if you're doing it, like, organically. But if you're not doing it organically, if that's not the goal or the, thing, then it's all about finding the current, you know, strat. I couldn't tell you what that is right now. You know, but there's always some way. One of the, in the early days of YouTube, like 2012, I had to block this channel because they were leaving comments under videos being like, oh yeah, check out my channel. And that person did get 1 million subscribers. It's the only person I've ever heard of having that success from that particular method. Because I imagine at one point in time, a method works. And then way after it stopped working, you know, the more people know about it, the less effective it becomes. You know the whole, like, I don't know, at the start of a video saying, like this video if you're liking it. That works really well when you're the only person saying that. But after everyone starts hearing it, your brain tunes it out and it stops being as effective. There are weird things like that where sometimes things work because, you know, like, they work because you're the only person doing something. But a lot of the times it goes the opposite direction, where, like, enough people do a thing and it stops being effective. There's probably tips like that for streaming. So as long as you know which side of the curve you're on with these things, I think you'll do just fine. But, yeah, as far as more specific advice, I wish I could tell you. Just go try your best. Also, why isn't Toycat using gravel to remove the dirt? Would have been easier and more efficient. So, don't fool. Yeah, it's scary fool if I was to do one, huh? It's a good thing that's not my intention. Okay, so oh no, I need to get water. I have a whole lava bucket. I need to get, okay, you know, I'm terrible for remembering why I'm going places. I think because I'm always like chatting about something. You know, I'm gonna blame this on you, chat. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, more. I wish I could give more specific advice, but streaming is such a broad category that anyone who claims to give really specific advice, all I can say is, like, try to stream regularly, try to be personable, but, like, you know, those things might not fit into your life, and maybe that is unreasonable advice. And in that case, I don't know. You know, try showing your passion. Maybe you are really good at something in the world. I guarantee it. Everyone is. It's work out what makes you special, and do that, because if you assume you have to do something, you know, like, I am not a very good runner, but if I were to look at the Olympics for running, I'd be like, wow, if I want an Olympic gold medal, I've got to run real fast. But also there's lots of other categories you can get Olympic medals for. Or even more broadly, there are more ways you can get a similar like, not sense, but like a similar recognition of accomplishment to the Olympics. And so if you know that you would never win the Olympics, you'd be better off focusing those efforts on a form of recognition you can actually get. Yeah, there we go. That I think is a fair and reasonable thing to say. So I'm going to put a scaffolding down here. Then I'm going to stand on the scaffolding. And then from here, I can destroy these blocks and immediately make some more obsidian. Yeah, I think the hardest thing in life is knowing what you're good at. You know, what is it that makes you especially good? We, especially in the UK, we do a lot of time basically talking about, validly so maybe in my opinion, but we put a lot of effort into making sure that people know they're not special. It's a key part of our national identity, and that is a good thing, but also it makes it hard to work out what is it that actually makes you unique. Is there something that whenever you meet people, they're like, oh wow, this is something new, or is there not? It might be that that's true. You know, it's silly to say, but also a lot of people are just normal people. Maybe when you hang out with people, they're like, oh yeah, this is an exact type of person I've met 10 times before. That still is actually a potential sales pitch. If someone sees a stream of you and you're like exactly like their friend, exactly like their mother, exactly like their cat, you know, maybe they see that. And like I was sure there was a weird phase a while back where I was like, there were multiple people who were like, oh yes, you remind me of my son, Toycat. It's so nice to listen to you. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's a valid way to be recognized. But ultimately, yeah, it's just be unique in some way. I think knowing how you are unique is a hard challenge, but work it out. You need to work it out at some point in your life anyway. Work it out before you start streaming, so you don't start streaming nothing for no reason. Okay, there we go. By the way, making real good progress here, right? Making real good progress. Just going to turn that into some lava. Yeah, just now we're going to turn this into some stuff. And the amount of obsidian we have at the end of this will be enough to make my big plans come to life. I hope. Also, by the way, bad news. Sorry, buddy. I know you liked being alive, but we don't always get what we want in this life. So I can't turn Indian, please, says a Rodit. I will not. Also, I feel like I have too many things that I like to do as hobbies, so I'm not the best at one single thing. Queen Boney! Hi, Toycat! Just a little coffee money if you like it, or you can spend it wherever. Thank you, Queen Boney. You know, I appreciate that. Ultimately, money is a spending token that can be used however you want. I think trying to limit it any other way. You know, the problem with gift cards, the thing that makes them dumb, is they are, like, kind of saying, like, no, you must spend it somewhere, like, very specific. I'm glad. I will spend your money in a fun way. Yeah, I wanna. I've got big ambitions, internet. I saw an ice machine today that I really wanted. Like, it makes ice, right? You hit a button and you get ice. Cause like the only ones of those I've ever used have been in fridges, and they've never been good. They've just been fine. It's been like, I guess I can technically have ice, but they always taste funny, and so I found an ice machine today. I've got big plans for it, chat. Let me tell you, I have desires in my life. I also want to go to Turkmenistan. So, ice machine and going to Turkmenistan, those are the two things you can help me towards right now, internet. Or I guess those are the two things that I will use my internet compensation for, is maybe what I mean to say. Sorry, don't mean to say that I will. Okay, so but anyway, I think a crazy thing to dive into is personality types, and the fact that we can basically all be grouped into 5 main categories, because we like to feel more unique than that. But also, I think once you can group people, you can understand and you can deal with them more effectively, and so also you can deal with yourself once you understand that. And you can also work out how other people are dealing with you once you know who you are. Or, you know, or you can be the person who's unpredictable and crazy and, you know, doesn't believe in... Oh, ouch. You know, however you want to deal with yourself. The whole rest of the world has to deal with you too. Hope you can go to Turkey or Georgia one day. We can probably meet on neutral ground. Are you actually? Where are you actually allowed to leave, Dasher? I'm still very curious. I feel like I guess in reality there are lots of like countries that don't care enough about the war, but I imagine it's very hard to get a tourist visa in the UK right now, for example. I don't know if I'm right about that. Never been able to catch one of your lives before. Hope your day's going well. I've loved your videos for years, says Caitlin. Hey, good to see you, Caitlin. How are you doing? Hope you're doing wonderful. I'm glad you could catch a stream too. I'm currently in the progress of making a house under my house. Maybe you saw it from the thumbnail. Maybe you didn't see it in the thumbnail. Maybe me describing it right now makes it all make sense. But yeah, it's going wonderfully. Also, what's wrong with your fridge that makes ice taste weird, says Siggy Man. I guarantee you, go to your fridge right now, Siggy Man, and just lick the ice. It doesn't taste like water. I guarantee it. Also, I'm pretty sure UK citizens can get to Russia by flying to Poland, taking a bus to Kaliningrad, then flying onwards. Let's go. Yeah, I think I think it isn't actually impossible to go there, but it's a visa. Although actually, I think Kaliningrad has a I think Kaliningrad is visa free if you're British for some reason. There's a lot of weird, goofy European things, and Russia is at the head of weird, goofy versions of that. Russia does not sound like a fun place to live. I bet it's fun. I bet they're having parties in the street every day. Hey, thank you, Diamond the Cat, for message pending. Wow, I'm excited. Whenever you learn what your message is, I'd love to know what it is. Do you have a water softener? Some of them and ice makers in the fridge leave a somewhat salty taste on the surface of the ice. I don't have a water softener. Then that's not really a thing people have in the UK. But I don't have a water softener, but I could probably do with one. My water is so hard. And maybe it's the hard water that's causing the ice to taste the way that it does. I guess I could taste with bottled water. Yeah, I'll put some bottled water in the freezer. I'll see how that tastes. And I'll see if it's the hardness of my water that's affecting it. I've donated too much money to Ukrainian humanitarian causes. My name attached to ever go to Russia until Russia's leadership changes. I think that every country would understand if you fund their enemies. If you're, you know, right? Like in general, it's very rare that you can be like, here is the money to go for the guns specifically. Generally, the money that people give is like, yeah, here's the humanitarian aid for these people or those people. No one can be mad at you for wanting humanitarian aid. Everyone loves humanitarian aid. Hey, Polly E, thank you for remembering. You should always play all sides. You know, life advice right there. Also, Toycat, you had discovered the camel's ability to sprint. Yep. I noticed you didn't know in a few recent videos. Yeah, you have to use the sprint button. It doesn't I feel like it doesn't double tap, at least in my experience. But yeah, it's a fun one. But good to see you, Erica. How are you doing? I appreciate you coming in here with some Minecraft knowledge. If I didn't know it, that'd be useful. You know, I feel like what you meant to say is like, nah, didn't know it at all. Like there's a polite way to respond when someone gives you advice, and it's not, I knew it. Oh God. You know, I don't know why you would say it like I didn't know it. There's I've got to learn. I'll do my best. So, Toycat, yeah, I think, with the, by the way, I want to respond to, John Zock saying you should always play all sides. I think as a country, you probably should. Like, ultimately, your duty is to the people you care about first. I think a lot of people get really trapped up in online, you know, like, geopolitics, regular politics, and they're like, oh man, you hear what's happening in that one part of the world? It is the worst thing. The only thing that I want to do in my life is to care about that. I don't mind if I lose friends or family talking about how much I love the people in this one area, and I think that what's happening to them is bad, because that's how important they are to me. And it's like, you are doing such a disservice to the world if you hurt those around you to, you know, theoretically help those very far away from you that you're not even really helping. Yeah, it's such a struggle, in my opinion, about how you should actually, you know, like, help in general. But I think the most important thing you can do in any part of the world is be a good person to those people around you. If you are nice, if you are useful, if you are generous, if you are friendly, if you whatever you think is most important, you'll make a positive impact that lasts a lot longer than your vague idea of sentiment or your family argument or whatever. I take a moderate position that the Donbass should be neither part of Ukraine nor Russia, but rather part of Albania. You know, I'm just saying, UK, Ukraine, notice how they start with the same two letters. Maybe we should just take all these disputed areas, you know, take Crimea, and we should just put them under the UK's control, just temporarily while everyone else talks it out. We'll have a big meeting, we'll go to court, people won't have to bomb each other, lots of Russian and Ukrainian people who, let's be honest, have no real side in a conflict. They're just being sent to die for their military leaders. They can all stop dying needlessly, and we can all go to a happier world where I don't know, like where the UK gets to have some nice warm water ports in the Black Sea. I don't know. Does that not sound great? Also, don't just place the water mine from the top down. Yeah, I think I'm gonna now mine this wall here. I'm going to place that, and I'm just going to start mining from on top of my scaffolding. Let's do it. Also, UK, says Dave Solomon. Perfect time for a rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves. It would be an immense number of lives saved. A ludicrous number of lives could be saved if we did that. But it's kind of, you ever think about how war is kind of quirky that way? How we're like, yeah, let's kill a bunch of people. It's because we disagree, basically. It's also the M from my Toycat shirt is rubbing off. It currently says that's future problem. That's future. Wait, one sec. That's future. Oh, you're hidden behind the M. I can't see it. Future knee problem, which at my age is so true. Oh, that's future knee problem. I get it. I finally get it. Hi Toycat, my bearded dragon recently passed, and your video Loss and Love is really helping me to get through this time. I'm sorry to hear that your bearded dragon passed. I had a you're not meant to say this instant. I meant to be like, you know, I'm glad it helped. I had quite a few comments being like, yeah, I understand exactly what you're going through, Toycat. I did lose, you know, a hamster this week. And my instinct was offense. I'll be honest with you. My instinct was, yeah, exactly the same, really. I don't see any difference between losing your first hamster and losing your primary care figure from your childhood. Don't understand the difference at all. But I thought about it a bit more, and it's like, actually, that's awesome. If my thoughts, if my feelings on that help people anywhere, that's good. If you listen to that whole thing and went, you know what, I had a bad day today. I went to 7-Eleven and they were out of my favorite slushy flavor, so I empathize with you, Toycat. That's cool too. I think negative emotions can't be compared. You can't, like, this is one of the biggest problems you can have as a person. One of the worst things you can do as a human being, I might even wager, is to tell people their problems don't matter because yours don't, or rather because they're worse, they're less than your problems, right? It is a surprisingly common thing that people do to each other, and so, you know, naturally, I'm happy that it helped, and I am glad that there are many people who relate on so many different levels. Some people's dads died, some people's pets died, some people are just going for a real rough thing. But if seeing someone else go through a rough thing makes you realize that you're not alone, whatever that is, that's awesome. I'm glad that it happened that way. Okay, so how big is the house meant to be? I don't know. So what's in this chest? Okay, I'm going to take that obsidian out. Maybe put the furnaces down here. Oh, I've already got furnaces down here. You know, it's kind of convincing, right, chat? Doesn't the house look like a real house now? So now we're going to make some more stairs. I think I ran out of those. So we'll just make a few more of these. And I think the stairs go like 2 blocks in. Like here. It might not be 2 blocks in. It might be like 3. It looks pretty close to the doorway right here. Honestly, this is the craziest thing about my house. I have no idea what it looks like sometimes. It looks like the house from your caveman world. Yeah, I kind of see it. Oh, no. Ouch. It's fine. I'm going to just put my stone away. And then I'm gonna put my obsidian away. Oh yeah, look at this obsidian pile. It's growing big. So, after all these years, you can't even remember. It's crazy because I've built it so many times. So I definitely should. That's a very strong outlook as someone who's going through a smaller loss. You've been way more helpful than Minecraft YouTube should be, says Boogle. I missed the rest of your name. It shouldn't matter about, like, one of the harder lessons to get in life, right, is that the human experience is never truly perfectly comparable. It is 2 blocks, by the way. Huh. And then from here, so there's 2 barrels, an ender chest. Then there's a chest, and then there's a cauldron, then there's a chest, then there's a brewing stand. Do I have any spare brewing stands? I bet I don't, but I could make a couple. Because I need 5, actually. Let's make them all right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's, so 5 brewing stands is what I'll need. And then a couple of chests in the meantime. I think I've got some chests over here too. Okay, let's do it. So double chest, cauldron. I can make a cauldron with these. Yeah, we're gonna have a real nice version of the house right now. Let's do it. Let's go. Okay, cauldron, and then yeah, we can work out. So double chest, cauldron, single chest, brewing stand. I can remember that, I hope. And then there's gonna be a little hatch, which is just 3 away from the door here. You can like super chats now. What's next? You can subscribe to them. Make sure you shout out, subscribe to the super chats. You know, that'd be a fun idea, huh? Okay, let's do this. Let's go. Let's put the house together. So there was actually a couple of barrels between, or maybe there's just barrels here, and there's a chest up on here, I'm pretty sure. So then it's a double chest, and then it's a cauldron, and then it's a single chest, and then it's a brewing stand, and then that's the end of the house, right? We could confirm by looking at the dimensions later, but that should look logically like the end. We'll see for sure later, but for now, let's build up to the 2nd floor of this. Looking pretty nice so far, if you ask me. Liking what we've got here. And now we can actually build this floor without fear that it will just disintegrate on us. Very, very lovely to see. Speaking of lovely to see, thank you, Darren Hughes.
Happy Sunday, Toy Cat. Hope you are well.
Happy Sunday to you too. I had like I had a week with a lot of reflection in it. I had to, you know, I celebrated a dead person's birthday for the first time, which was an experience. I think that's the way I would put it. It was an experience. Okay, so now we're gonna diagonally check this is correct. Yeah, the house is right. So then we can build everything out to there, and then build everything out to there. Then we can put some of these in the corners. So I think it's 4, but they make a little pile like so. And then the 3rd block from the right over here is where my trapdoor goes. So I'm going to remove that floor and just place the rest of these in there. I almost feel like I should remove the rest of this floor and place in the correct blocks, but I don't know if I want to. Now we can finish the top of this. Again, everything besides the ladder. The ladder is slightly offset here, so we're not going to think about it too hard. And now we jump up to the top. Now let's do it. After mining a substantial amount of this. So, build another house at Y minus 63. You know what that is? Chat, what do you reckon? Is that the logical next step? Build a house in the house below my Minecraft house? I mean, I kind of like the idea. I kind of feel like there should be an infinite series of houses that have houses connected to those houses. Every time Mojang lowers the build limit, I should build another house under my house. Okay, you know, I'm very convinced. It didn't take much convincing, but it's a terrible idea, internet. It's a terrible idea. What are you gonna do with a house under your house under your house? Is that in case you go into your nuclear survival bunker and then your nuclear survival bunker gets nuked? What's that for? You know? Yes to it. Chat, you're not meant to think it's a cool idea. You know, every time I come up with an insane idea, people go, wow, Toycat, you're going a little bit off the deep end right now. But we get one actually insane idea. And everyone's like, oh yeah, we love this one. You know, I'm just saying, confusing standards we've got here, chat. Very confusing standards. So I'm gonna put my torch in here, and then also one over there. I can't reach over that, that's fine. Then I'm gonna really focus on mining the blocks around the house. I think we might have to mine all the way till this one. So all of that's gonna have to go, and I guess we'll get my shulker box with the scaffolding out, just so I can really go even crazier on this. So I was legit going to suggest that. It's a perfectly normal idea. You know, but how long does it go on for, internet? You know, you're right. As soon as this is done, let's do it. YouTube comments, why are you so dumb? YouTube chats, you are perfect and I love your ideas. It really is. There is an entirely different community of YouTube comments versus the live stream chat we have here. And it's interesting because the people here come from the YouTube, you know, like, yeah, you are from the YouTube, right? You watch YouTube videos, I assume, if you found my channel. But it is a much nicer community. It's very rare that the chat is ever majorly, you know, like in mean mode against a streamer. Because you wouldn't be here if you wanted to be mean. You'd be I don't know, watching cooking tutorials instead and telling them that they use the wrong amount of butter. You know, like it's the ultimate reality. Also, Cat Beanie should sell beanie hats. Oh no, sell cat beanie hats. That's an even better idea, Toby Piggy. You know, you're right. What's Cat's deal? Why is that not already a thing? Also, I think we have to remove a few more blocks here, and I also think we should put some blocks back in this particular section right here. Yeah, I think we're at the bare minimum we should fill this in. Make it just look a little bit more natural, and have this be something that's something. Because if this is a real smooth tunnel down, the rest can be more forgivable, I think. And so yeah, here's what we've got. It's just so messy. I think the corners are making a big difference. So we'll tower up to here too. Make sure we get that done. So make a fake sky blocks out of light blue wool, light blue and light concrete. You know, I like that idea quite a bit too, actually. What do you reckon, chat? Make some fake grass, make some fake sky. Yeah, I guess if we remove the next block above this one, we could put some sky there. Also, can we have a Toycat plush V2? I think we should make, if we're gonna do another Toycat plush, it should be for like a special occasion. Say, you know, like the Valentine's Day. Say, you know, like spooky St. Patrick's Day. I'm becoming Irish, for example. When is St. Patrick's Day, actually? I guess you've got to plan something like that in advance. But what's your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is, you know, Toycat Day. It's one of the best ones. But what's your favorite holiday? Look, very seriously. Also, what is this cobblestone here for? I wonder. There's got to be a reason, you would assume. Couldn't tell you what that reason is, though. Could not tell you what that reason is. Halloween. Halloween's a lame holiday. You get free sweets, and then what else? Like, oh, people dress in costumes. Oh. I know I'm basically a boomer for this take. But I think Halloween is a very, very, very disappointing event. If you really look at it objectively. There's just not a lot happening. There's not very much happening. It's not to say that it can never be good. It's just to say that it's not good in its current iteration. Maybe we make Halloween V2 and it's awesome. I haven't seen it yet though. I'm not there. I'd like to be there, but I'm not currently there yet. So now this wall could probably do with some improvements. So I'll scaffolding up to the top here. Or actually, instead of scaffolding, use the classic version of scaffolding and get this done. Is your birthday actually a holiday? Because if so, every day is a holiday because every day is a birthday. No. The concept of holiday is a bit of a confusing one. Like, public holiday is holidays that you have to get from the government of your land. But even then, I don't even understand that. Like, so many employees don't get holidays. I think it's like if you're salaried, you get certain holidays from the government of your land. But then most employees aren't salaried, and so you get this weird thing where, like, you know how, I don't know, if you get paid by your company regardless, your incentive is doing as little work as possible for that same amount of money. You know, pandemic. Okay, so this is looking pretty nice now. I think there's some rough edges here that could probably be smoothened out. Yeah, I definitely think this also could do just a good straightening out. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to not look anything like how it does right now. So, DS3RN, I was a monster at major Southern California amusement park, 20 years. I met both husbands working there. It's my whole life. Don't hate my holiday, Andrew. First of all, I do not hate your holiday. Congratulations on meeting 2 husbands as a monster. I remember the exact. I was thinking of DS3RN. I was thinking about this recently. It came up in my life that like one of the things I really like is when there's like some fun, like I don't know, something fun that, like, if someone who is subscribed happens to work somewhere fun, and your thing came up because someone came into chat and they're like, "Oh, Toycat, I work at this mountain. Do you want a free lift pass?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then they just never came back. And it reminded me of the, I believe, much more serious offer that you made whenever back. The house is now perfect. Time to move on to the -63 one. Do you still have both husbands? I think it's crazy. Okay, chat, I've got a controversial take. I think it's crazy that what's the multiple marriages called? Polygamy, I guess it would be. I think it's crazy that that's illegal. I think, like, obviously, if one of the people doesn't know about the other one, probably shouldn't be legal. I think it's interesting, though, that that would be not allowed. I guess because a marriage is, like, a government-sanctioned blah, 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 blah. But it feels weird to me that, like, you know, there's a bunch of people who are not, you know, it's interesting when and when not the government is involved in a given thing, I guess is what I'm saying here. And it's interesting that we would decide, like, yeah, who are we to decide, you know, what you do in your spare time, unless what you do in your spare time is making commitments to multiple women. That's not okay. Thanks for remembering, Toycat. It means a lot to me. No issues. I'm glad. I'm gonna add to the list of silly facts that you met two husbands as a monster. Historically, polygamy is oppressive. Oh yeah, it's really bad for a society more broadly, but it's a so a bunch of people don't get married, band together to get married for tax reasons. Okay, chat. So here's the deal: our government isn't sanctioned by any government, but I just want you all to know this is a 507-way marriage. It might not legally be true. We might cross international lines. We might be a very, very gender questionably balanced. But we include all the nationalities that matter. We include, you're allowed to say that. You know, you probably have all the nationalities that matter. And so, yeah, as a result of that, I think it's 100% fair to say that this is a 507-way marriage, and no matter what the government says, we're in true love. If you ever get married and that person becomes a member, what does that make them? Oh, that makes, you know, that's a good point. You know, what if I get gay married? Would they be my wife? What's the scoop with that? You know what else I have to worry about? This area out here, I feel like I should have something out in front of my house. Now that I have flattened this area a bit better, it looks like it's missing some stuff. Also, yeah, I think that wall looked a lot better now that I've flattened it up. I think I could do that in more places, probably. Like, leaving the existing caves is kind of ugly. So let's fix them all up. Ouch. I don't like that bug keeps happening. Has anyone else experienced this recently? Where when you stack up on a realm, the game is like, you must be inside the block. We're gonna have to kill you now. Because it's a very confusing one. Also, place some more stone. You know, just for you. Cancerous Ash, good to see you, by the way.
Hey, Toycat. Really just wanted to thank you. I had a close family member pass away the day after your Let's Play video last Monday, and your words helped me out more than you'd think. Appreciate you.
I'm really sorry to hear about your family passing away. That's not good. And I can't imagine that was easy for you. But I also want to say that it's always going to get better. Generally, you know, the path is in a good direction, and it's impossible to understand that when you're in something. But hopefully, at some point, that sinks in as a thing. Okay, let's make these look just a little bit better now. Just to make the size a bit better. I'm really sorry to hear, Blaze HG. I hope everything gets better soon. Good to see you too, Guy. You know, who are you calling Guy? You don't know that I am the same name as the man who caused Bonfire Night to happen. So now I remove all of these blocks. And probably also these blocks too. And just these small little improvements will make a big overall difference, is what I'm hoping. It might not actually be true at all. But let's go get some stone. Hey, speaking of stone, I love you all. Gotta go.
I love you all. Gotta go. I hope you all have an amazing Sunday. ToyCat is the best. Less than 3.
We really do have one of the best communities here on YouTube. I have to say, maybe it's because, you know, we spoke about serious topics when a lot of Minecraft YouTube was like, ah, look, my friend is pranking me, and unless this, that, I won't be able to see my wife and kids ever again, you know, but I really do think on these streams, we have like a real serious community of people, and it's cool that, you know, even after years and years and years, a lot of people here and enjoying it just as much. It's I'm glad you're all here, Internet. This is the best community because it, says Everett Lewis.
I'm a GM of an axe-throwing bar. If you're ever in the North Carolina, I got you.
Okay, where about in North Carolina, Marquette? Which city? Like, I know it's even if it's not a city, just say the city. I've never been to North Carolina, actually. Wait. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to North Carolina. It's I've gone to now just over half the US states. I think the 2 Carolinas are like the 2 easiest ones I haven't gone to. So I will hit you up. Would love that. I met a one of the craziest coincidences. I was doing a road trip across the country, and just at a random Mexican place, there was an ad that was like, oh yeah, we're doing free tacos to celebrate our birthday. And so I go in, you know, I eat my tacos. And then a guy just comes out, like a guy is like, wait, I need to quickly, and like his manager comes out. And his manager's like, oh wow, what is ToyCat doing in Wichita, Kansas? I love you, Minecraft. You said he loved the videos. He was like the manager of the place. And he got me a second free taco, I think. Maybe he did, or maybe the worst bit is I didn't even get a free taco out there. Also, you should make the walls look like the inside of a house. Just giant, says Diggin' Truths. Oh, I like that idea, actually. Yeah, what if oh, actually. Yeah, I could layer this with brick, right? I could layer the entire thing up with brick. Oh. ToyCat's seen half the USA and I can't even get my butt out of California. And then I could remove all of the floor and put wood there instead. I guess doing that would be tricky because hypothetically this might not be. Oh no, there's not going to be any lava down there because it's the bottom of the world. So then we can fill these blocks in. You know, that's the dumbest idea I really like. Do a third of Bedrock Layer 2 acronym. It's funny how many people in chat are like, you know, you should definitely just do a third house in the basement of this house. You know, I'm just saying, maybe we should. I've got the trapdoor now, chat. Oh, I don't actually have the trapdoor. Let's put the trapdoor in. Let's put the ladders in. Okay, so here are the 2 ladders. Now we just put the trapdoor over it. I've got plenty of wood. I don't have any wood. I should bring some down. But yeah, slowly but surely, the house is coming together. I think there's a window here somewhere. It's probably about there. That feels wrong, but it looks right. And then there's a big window at the back for the middle 3 blocks. So that would be there, there, and there. So once we place that down, and this down, and we put a torch over in here and over there, we'll put a single chest over here, because there is one there. And then we'll go grab some more wood. I think that's clearly the ingredient we're missing most strongly. A 3rd house is objectively the correct steps. That's so Stevens. Okay. I guess you're right, chat. If you think about it, a 3rd Let's Play house under the Let's Play house under the Let's Play house is actually the most normal thing that we could do. Maybe it would be weird not to do. I can't even imagine what it looks like down there, actually. I genuinely can't imagine what's going on down there. But yeah, you know, should we dig down and find out? Do like an exploratory dig. You know what about it, chat? Okay, well let's do it. Next stream, looking forward to seeing you for digging a house under the house under the house. For now though, we need to finish the brickwork. We need to get some more wood, and then I think we should get a lot more wood actually. Also, so 64. Grab another 32. I'll grab a whole extra 48 even. And we'll make some... we'll also grab a lot more chests. There's chests everywhere down there. Be good to have them now. So, if we have more bricks, now would be the time for them. 6 bricks. Okay, I can make a whole... Okay, no, we can make a miniature stack. We can get somewhere with these bricks. We're going to have to do a whole bunch more bricking, which is fine. I'm going to have to work out a use for this coal ore. Just put some stuff away for now. And then I'm going to need to get probably a lot more obsidian. I need to heal up my tools, honestly. But this is important too. Shall I have a villager underneath? Yeah, I guess I should put the ally in a cage down underneath this next house. It's the next place. So bring stuff down to the 2nd house for building the 3rd house, says Chef Shannon. What if I get confused about where the houses are, chat? Wouldn't that be confusing? You know, you're right. No, this is a normal idea. Let's plan it out. Okay, so I'm gonna put one of these over there, and then there's a double chest over there. There's a double chest over there. There's a double chest over there. We got most of them sorted. Then we got some planks that obviously need to go up here. And we got that sorted. I've only got 16 bricks, so I've got to work out where they're needed the most. I would say here is definitely high on the priority list. Hey!
My son's on his first date ever with a girl he is totally falling for. I took him to a big mall near her that I coincidentally Christmas shop at every year with my bestie. It's so sweet and retro. Smiley face.
I can't imagine going on a date at a mall. That's intense. Although I guess actually maybe that's like the best way to do it, to like actually have an opportunity to talk to someone, is to do it in like a giant free roam public place. I don't know, I see it as like going shopping is the closest thing that adults have to, you know how like if you have like a 80-year-old grandparent, they're like, yeah, I used to not know when the electricity was coming back or if the Germans were gonna kill us all. It's kind of the same with like going shopping as an adult man. Like it's just the worst. It's like how about I spend my time so that I can spend my money? How about I have a way worse time than going home and playing Minecraft? And then at the end of it, I'll have lots of things that I don't need to please people that I don't even like. Oh, that would be the best, wouldn't it? The best part about it is the little break you get for food. But even then, what if the food experience could be made much worse, much louder, and you know, oh, this is great. You're gonna love shopping. I've only enjoyed. I went on a date with a girl to an Indian restaurant today. The food was extremely delicious. I am impressed there are Indians in Russia. It makes sense that there would be, but it's just one of those things you never think about. Maybe the mainstream media is not talking about it enough. Yeah, I guess I found an Indian restaurant in Mexico, and the people there were like talking about like, yeah, the fun thing about like, yeah, a lot. This is true for a lot of like stereotypical like Indian or stereotypical immigrant countries. Is like, yeah, it's really cool because when you visit family, you get to travel to all these nice places. So we go to Ibiza to visit our family there, and then yeah, it sounded nice to me. You know, I wish my family would move all over the world. Why is it that to visit my family, I have to just go on a train, or a bus, or drive? You know, oh, gotta drive on the A11. No one wants to drive on the A11. I don't even know where that one goes, honestly. It's way more fun to be getting on a flight. Also, Indians are everywhere. I'm going to start dating. I feel ready at 26 to grow up. You know, okay, actually, you know what, Xavier, I want a real talk with you, because I bet if that was a real comment, if you are, I'm just going to assume that it is. I take comments here at pretty face value, because even if you're not being genuine, someone else might be. I think as a guy, there is this real expectation that, like, yeah, of course you're going on dates with ladies. And a part of you's like, what is a date? And how would you meet the people to do it? And how are all these people doing it? And I don't understand. There is like a realty to like, yeah, when and how and what is all of that stuff happening. When in reality, it's just like, oh yeah, what if you went and hung out with a girl, but like, just the two of you? And it seems way more complex than it actually is. But because I think when people, especially like, you know, teenagers who like have to pretend everything's unique and exclusive and cool, I think you have like an interest in making things seem more complicated than they are. As like, oh, you haven't done this? I guess you're just not cool. I just do this all the time. The craziest example, I think about this all the time, chat. This guy who, I guarantee he never thinks about me. He has put himself into my brain forever. Because when we were like 12, we both like Guitar Hero, so some friends introduced us. And the guy's like, yeah, I don't really, I play a bit of Guitar Hero, but I really love going to gigs. How many have you been to? I went to like 3 this year. We were like 12, and I was like, wow. I didn't know I was meant to be listening to live music. I didn't realize that was an option. But this guy was so psyched about his experience of that. And it is interesting that there is like a, you know, like a music fandom, I guess you might call it, right? Where like, oh yeah, I like listening to music. I go to places and I listen to music at those places. And then I go to other places and I listen to a different artist play the music too. It's real great. I love being in places where you can't do things for so long. I guess there's also like a shopping subculture. Honestly, any enjoyable human activity, there's groups of people who enjoy doing it in interesting ways. Okay, I can't reach any further blocks at this point. But still, we got a lot of the stone away. And a lot of the wood in here. Although actually, you know, looks like we could probably do another bunch of blocks just to finish this off. And then also the roof. That definitely needs some good attention. Once we have those things sorted, we'll technically have a complete house under here. So we can go work on the next one. I like the music of becoming a member, Scissor wrote it. Oh, so the easiest way to hear the music of becoming a member is you hit the join button at the bottom of your screen. It's a $, I think. It's a $sign on my screen, even though I live in the UK. And then it goes, once you do it and you commit to the subscription, one of the best ways to support a YouTuber that you care about, it goes... No, it doesn't actually. What am I mixing that up with? Am I mixing up my outro music? Anyway, no, what it does is it goes Anyway, you know, it's that brain body disconnect. Your old outro. You know, love a good old outro. Yeah, love some of that. Okay, so now I'm going to finish this up, and then if I've got some space, I'm gonna build this as well. Or, you know, I'm just gonna assume I have enough for both. Place this upwards. Oh, jump in here. Do everything besides the window. Yeah, looking pretty good to me. Is that complete? No, it needs a block on this side. Is that complete? Yeah. This is the most ridiculously, like, unhinged idea that has come to fruition in a while. But you've got to admit, it's coming to fruition. Also, wow, look. Just like Chantal X Lee, you can get a green message too. You get one every month if you're a member. It even says how many months you've been a member for. So Chantal's been a member for 46 months now. It's a lot of months. That's since 2024. No, 2020, I guess I would say. How many problems has future you ever had to solve, says Alex T? Oh, you would not believe. Going around my Let's Play world is it's just me doing that to myself non-stop. Oh, I need glass, and funnily enough, I've got a bunch of glass hanging out here. Let's break it all. And let's take it down. Yeah, I like this. So we'll quickly confirm how it looks. There's 3 glass there, and then there's 2 glass there. There's no glass in the roof, but we do need some ladders, so... Oh, and there's also an ender chest in the roof. But it's fine. So let's grab a... do we have any ladders? I've got some sticks. I can use those to make a ton of ladders. Okay, ladder. Put this back in. And then... Yeah, we've got enough oak logs to hopefully finish the roof. Let's go. You broke your alley enclosure? Yeah, the alley enclosure is finally done. So if you're curious, I made that in 1.19. When did the alley come to Minecraft? It's one of those, like... it's one of those more recent mobs that seems so useful. I wanted to defend it, and then I just never found a real useful... It was 1.19. So it's been there ever since, and it's a thing. Okay, so can I jump under here? I cannot. Can I jump anywhere? How did I even get here? Okay, let's go. I love the alley, and I'll defend it forever. I love the idea of the alley so much. I wanna think he's the best mob in the game. I want it to be, but I just don't. It just doesn't match my reality that I live. Sadly, it does not reflect my lived experience. To use fun 2025 language. Okay, so there we go. So I guess I should have really, if you think about it, I should have a garden back here. We don't need one of those though. We can have just a little sign that says closed for construction. And then down here, that's where the real stuff goes. So obviously we need a trapdoor. Trapdoors, I think you have to craft 2 at a time. Honestly, if you think about it, chat, the second trapdoor that I got with this trapdoor, it's basically begging me to do this. And then the oak door can go over here. There we go. Ah, it's coming together nicely now. There we go. That roof is already made of stairs. Mining stone would make traversing cooler. But on the other hand, I don't have another piece of logic. I think I'm gonna need more than 24 though. I mean, at the very worst case, I'm using it for the base, so it'll work. Great. Okay, this is finally gonna come together now. Look at this. Stairs along the entire thing. And then the same over here. Chose the right time to join. You're just finishing. Nice, says Mr. God Mode. Oh, no, you misunderstand Mr. God Mode. So I'm just finishing my house under my house right now, which might make you think that the overall project is finished. But this is just phase 2. You see, although I have a house under my house, I don't have a house under my house under my house. And so, you know, we've been thinking that that's a serious, it's a serious mistake that we need to correct. And so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to build the house under the house under the house, as we very logically should be doing all the time. So we've got the ladder sorted now. I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to actually climb up here. We're going to have our wood sorted now, mostly. And now it's just as many stairs as we can get up here. Let's do it. Go, 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 go. You need an upside down house on top of your house. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I should have a house in the sky well above my house. Could set my spawn point way up there. Would be a really fun idea, right? Would be a really silly idea. Do you think you would see the house in the sky all the way up? If you don't have a house under your house under your house, then the building's not up to code. Yeah, in the real world, I'm pretty sure people get their planning permissions rejected for far less. And so, okay, we can't just fly into the house anymore. Gotta actually carefully consider this. Let's go up, and then go up, and then here we go. We're in the bedroom. Then we climb the ladder, come back down, and use the last of these 7 stairs just to make it look this tiniest bit extra put together. There we go. Just ignore the extra blocks that are missing here. I think I've got 16 wood, so I'll make a crafting table up here. Everyone needs a crafting table in the attic, right? Then we'll make some stairs. It could be a fun game of like spot the difference. Can you tell the difference between these houses? What are they? Toycat, I love your content. Keep up the good work, says Kerry Yang's Saturday Kickoff. That's an interesting username, by the way. Thank you. I'm glad you like the content. I am. Also, there we go. It's finally complete, chat. The dream has come real. I now have a full house under my Let's Play house. You go in a ladder, you end up underneath it. And so, I mean, at this point, we could say, yep, pretty decent. Jobs are good'un. However, also missed pre-oak planks. You know, where did I miss pre-oak planks? I think you'll find this is beautiful just the way it is. No, we're missing quite a few. Okay. Just, if you don't see the blocks, do they even count? Do they even count? Okay, there we go. So there's also a bed that's missing. And, you know, the odd chest here or there. I could have some item frames down here as well. I think that's a true thing. And so now here's the scoop, chat. Now we need to do the next evolution of this. We're going down again. Okay, so we're going to climb in the ladder. And then after a certain number of blocks, ultimately, we could just do it immediately. So we climb down the ladder. And we gotta start destroying again. So I'm gonna use a different pickaxe for this one, obviously. Oh, I guess not even that one. Use this one right here. And now we destroy the walls again. And now, wow, we can see a third house down here. This is the silliest project idea. I do think there are some decisions to make. So we would destroy the whole thing down at this so that's 4 blocks. Yeah, I've gone the right number of blocks. Then we go this way, and then we go this way. I can't believe it's really happening, but we are now going to drill all the way down to -64 to the current bedrock layer. What are we gonna find down there? Well, I mean, eventually another house. This is the most important build we've ever needed to do in the history of builds, chat. Think about it. When before have we ever needed to build a house to protect your house from your house? The surface house is generally surrounded by grass, right? Yeah, I guess what we could do is we could have it flip another layer down and have this bottom house be the most realistic of the 3. Thank you! The best time to get a ticket membership was 30 years ago. The second best time is today. Also, Mike McGrath, thank you for becoming the 507th channel member. Welcome to the Cool Cat Club. You get a green name. You get special member-only emojis, such as the desert well, to let people know that you're doing very desert well. And you know what else you get? You get my love and affection forever. I'm starting to think that my friends might be Toycat and finally music. This is a truly historical moment, says Joshua Lyles. I mean, sometimes in life, there are ideas that are crucial to the future of the species. And this is one of those times. If we don't, you know, I do this not because it needs to be done, but I do it because it has to be done. Toycat, that looks cool, says Terry Yang Saturday Kickoff. I'm glad you like it, Carrie Yang, by the way. Yeah, this is one of the silliest ideas I've ever had. You know, turn the area around the second house into a lush cave, surround the third one with skulk. Oh, that's a fun idea, actually. I was thinking, so, for the third house, we got, there's like a few ideas we can take from this, in my opinion. But what we could do if we wanted to, so I'm going to mine this with, oh, wow, mining with fortune is crazy. I always forget just how powerful copper is with a fortune pickaxe. Anyway, so one of the, okay, is that the right layer over there? Yeah, it must be, or I wouldn't see stuff. I think for this next house, we could go way more accurate if we wanted to, right? There's nothing stopping us from doing that. Also, yeah, desert wells have become so useful now. Yeah, you are as rare and valuable as a desert well. Is something I've been saying forever. It's what I say to my loved ones. It's what I tried to make sure at the very highest levels that I do it. It's okay. I can't read the rest. I love your challenge videos and the super let survive beating Minecraft 2 inventory slots. I'm glad you like them. You go through so much pain, but we love it. I'm glad you love it. Also, thank you, B, for becoming a channel member. Welcome. How are you doing? The lowest house needs a bathroom. So yeah, what we could do if we're building the next level down house, we could quite logically, right? We could okay, so there's wood there. Let's see how much wood there is to the right of that. There's one more block that way. And then that layer should have a 2 and a 1. If it's not 2 and a 1, it is 2 and a 1. So this is now the exact shape of my house, but just from underneath it. Yeah, I think the lowest house could be a perfect replica of the top house. So much so that you get confused and think that you should... Like, it'd be hard to do, right? But we could have it be the equivalent of coming down... There's a way to do this. There is a way. Nobody move and it won't sting you. Okay, everyone watch out. There's a bee in the room. You know, the funny thing about bees is they're more scared of you than you are of them. It's not true, but I like to say it. You know, I hate when people say that about spiders, as if that, like, changes anything about the fear of them. It's like, oh, okay, great. And now I'm basically a spider terrorist. You know, like, if he's scared of me, that means that he would kill me in an instant. There's a lot of, there's a lot of fear and misunderstanding that get conflated into terrible acts that people will do on each other. And we just accept them. Okay. So, we're gonna keep on mining the corners here. I'm gonna have to put that back. No one even saw it coming. And so now this has to go 64 blocks down. Once we get 64 blocks down, or maybe 60 blocks down. Also, hi, good to see you, B. How are you doing? Welcome to the special member wife club. So, yeah, for the equivalent to be true, we go down about 40 blocks, and then the house appears. But then, we have to... If we want it to look like the regular house is going to be up some stairs, maybe? I guess it would be reasonable to say. Yeah, I think, and then you'd have to put, like, a beacon here. So the beacon's going to be there. We'd have, like, the beacon coming up through here, and then there'd be a beam coming through there. Okay, chat, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to plan this build out through for the first time. Yeah, logically, if the beacon is to the left of my house, and I'm going down this way, I guess it could go either way, but I think it's going to come up through there. It could also come back up through where the regular beacon is coming from. If you go down the ladder. Actually, wait, no, if this is to the right, then my beacon's going to be on the left there. Although it could be on the right, maybe? Okay, so if the beacon was on the left there, it would come up about here, which is about where the regular beacon is already. I think I am going to have to dig a giant tunnel underneath the regular beacon. So just to confirm, roughly, more or less. So from where this ladder goes to there, it's like the same would be true to about here. So these coordinates, chat, 90224. Let's see what's above them. If it's very close to my mega beacon anyway, we'll line the entire project up around the mega beacon. And then I'll have the mega beacon when I'm digging underground. Yeah, that's, and then I could just place like a facade of the beacon up at the top where the real beacon comes from before. Okay, so 90224. Oh, wait, this is suspiciously close, chat. Whoa, so it's currently at about 99221. So, if I... Okay, let's see if I can make this work. So 99221 is very close. 99221. Also, just to check something else. Do you reckon if there was a house in the sky up there, all the way at the very sky height? So, to show you what sky height looks like, I saw it on my add-on review earlier, but you can't see it from right here. This is what the sky looks like. Okay, we're planning, chat. We're planning big. Do you see that big ladder? That is the sky. If there was a similarly heighted house above my house, do you think you would even notice it? You could see the shadow. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, what if we, you'd have to light up the house really effectively. So you'd have, oh, yeah, so the whole house would stop being lit. But you just have to, I think what you could do is you could place a bunch of lights here, hypothetically. So if we just, like, lined that with torches, that would prevent that from being an issue. But maybe it would still look rough. You wouldn't see the house. Houses to build limits when. And then there would be a beacon going up to that house. And then you could get into that. The house would have to point a different direction, though. It would have to point this way. Wait, yeah. No, it'd have to point this way. And then you come down from the side of the house. And you end up over here. Yeah. I think that's the only way I see it. Make a big arrow to look up. So I could also put it over this water body over here. So if I put it over the water body there, then if it's facing that way, and then you rotate this way to go down the trapdoor. So you go in it, and then the trapdoor's there. Then you'd climb down and you'd end up in this whole thing here. I guess you could also just put it directly above this. But I think there needs to be a house in the sky, internet. Add a line of glass through the roof and bottom of the house so light passes through it to the original house. Yeah, you could put some easy glass through there. Make it just look a little bit fancier and sky versioned. Kind of glass house would be an invasion of privacy though. I would live in a house made of glass, internet. I have very public windows in my house. You shouldn't say that actually on the internet. But I see lots of strangers from my house and lots of strangers see me from my house. And so, like sometimes there's people. Wait, one sec, chat. Let me test something. I'm gonna go see if strangers can see me right now. It's raining, so there's no strangers. There's a guy in his car out there. He's probably watching a Toycat stream in there or something. But oh, we got a wandering trader. So, by the way, let's install these new coordinates. Anyway, so I would live in a glass house. Because I think I basically do. I mean, if you think about how much of our houses are made of glass as it is. So 99221. That is the... He's watching a Toycat stream through your window. You know, I gotta start putting ads on the screen right now. So, buy Pepsi Max. Wait, actually, that's not how ads work anymore. Ads are more like, oh yeah, you watching the game? Oh yeah. Well, the problem with sports is it's not got enough high protein flavor in it. Do you know you can get that for just $2.99 a serving if you go to pepsimax.com/TV ad? I don't know. I don't watch TV ads. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so 99221 is here. Oh, that's a little bit inconvenient. And then here. Oh yeah, this is perfectly wrongly lined up. 99221 is just a little bit wrong. It could come through the floor here, but then that would be the tiniest bit jarring too. So I think this just doesn't line up with the main house well enough. I mean, it can move a few blocks around, I guess, quite logically. But yeah, it would create an issue. Okay, but that link took me to the Pepsi website. PepsiMax.co.uk. You know, I know my URLs. Get 10% off. That was a nice English ad. Yeah, I don't actually. The ads when I used to watch ads, they just all be like catchy jingles. You know, like washing machines live longer with cow gone. And I don't know why you want the cows gone. You'd think that I don't know how that helps your washing machine life at all. But yeah. Okay, Pepsi sponsor this stream. Yeah, so should we just commit full hog to doing this then? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I've got a full inventory. So this chest is gonna fill up quickly too, but that's fine. We'll make a full row of cobbled deep slate. And we'll just accept that's what's going on here. I've got another deep slate making project. Again, I know, big problem for me, chat. But it's nice. And we've got a ton of obsidian I can use for my next one too. This has been a very productive stream. And it continues right now. Okay. So we're going to dig down first and ask questions later. But it is possible to make a sky house. This Minecraft YouTube channel is a good one that has not died. I love it. Keep up the good videos. Just remember, if you ever think that I will never die, then it's possible. So, Kat, you inspire me to keep on one world instead of starting over a new world. Give me ideas. I love you and your advice. Good news, Kerry Yang Seste Kickoff. Such an interesting username, by the way. Good news. I am actually, the Let's Play is coming back, and it's basically focused around that theme. I really, like, sat down and thought, like, okay, I'm not just coming back for the sake of coming back. It's important to me to have reason and purpose and blah, 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 blah. And one of the things that I really concluded was, like, I want each video to feel like you're seeing what's happening in my Let's Play world, but also you're learning something for your long-term worlds. I think a lot of people get that from my videos, and I hope that they'll get that from future ones. I never kept a long-term world before I watched ToyCat. Now my world is going to be 4 years old in a couple of months. Hey, I'm happy to hear. I have fallen, I can't get up, says Gamerhog Players. Oh, you need to call the new emergency services number. It's not 999 anymore. It's 0118-999-8851-1 0118-725-3. If you just call that, you'll be great. You're quiet about living ToyCat. I was 13 when you were born. I was 13 when I was born too, so that's a weird coincidence. That's sweet. Maybe we're the same star sign or whatever. So what was that? It was a delightfully British ad, Toby Piggy. You didn't like it? Also, you memorized it. I had memorized it, but I think I got it wrong just then, if you were to look it up. Anyway, yeah, I love that bit from the IT crowd. I just want to watch the IT crowd, honestly. Okay, chat, actually, I know this is silly, but would you like to help me decide what media to watch? I'm going to ask you, and then you're going to give me responses, and then I'm going to go watch the IT crowd anyway. But, I really like Drive to Survive. It kind of got me into F1 during the pandemic. And they put out a new season, but the last season of F1 was kind of boring. But I might watch an episode here or there. I hear the Legend of Avatar series is good on Netflix. Genuinely, every person I meet to has spoken to me about it recently. It's like a targeted advertising campaign just for me. Have you watched Succession? Man, Succession is a hard show to watch. They pull the whole, but there's a big twist now, just so many times that it loses all impact on you. They are the TV equivalent of the YouTube show being like and subscribe. Make sure to do it. Otherwise, blah, 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 word diarrhea by my... Oh. Hello. Unexpected. I found a cave under my house, chat. What a surprise. This actually is a bit of a pain for excavation reasons, but it's fun. I wonder if there's an ancient city down here. It's been a while since I did a real check. But there could be, like, decent caves or structures or ores. I wonder what's down here. Oh, it's a big cave. Oh, yeah. There's a whole cave hanging out under where my house is. I'm watching American Dad. Not sure if you're really the audience. Wow, excuse you, Rosie Farrow. I loved American Dad until it got bad. Oh, maybe I'm not the audience. No, I feel like it's still, like, watchable. But it's not, like... the best, haha, funny, great show ever anymore. Same with Family Guy. But again, maybe I'm getting old. I also want to watch Dune, chat, or Dune. June. How would you say it? Sinkhole risk. Gonna have to red tag this property. The idea of sinkholes is not something my brain truly comprehends, and so therefore they basically don't exist. Also, yeah, there's a big sea. Hey! Diamonds. Love me some diamonds. Should we just go diamond hunting through these caves? Okay, that's 1 diamond. That's, oh, wow, regular non-deep slate diamonds, chat. That is a very rare find in modern Minecraft. Pretty pleased with that, if I can say so myself. Yeah, we'll go for a little scan through the caves. I've got so many torches. Like the number of torches I have is an actual problem. So yeah, let's go through both these pickaxes. Let's go pick up some ores from this cave, so that when we come back to this, we know exactly, we can stay on track, stay on focus. What a lovely find this was. Love finding a cave while you're on the way to something else anyway. Hey, diamonds! Okay, we'll take those 2, I guess. Oh, there's a lot of them. Yeah, doing well for diamonds. Oh, these diamonds are going to be way more frequent because they stopped making... They didn't make them harder to contact with air until, like, after the update, I want to say. Also, yeah, let's just load out the torches. And then load in something else later. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. So that's gold, that's redstone. Can't use either of them. Can use these though. Yeah, look at all the iron. Gonna have blocks of raw iron by the time I'm done here. There's a random glowberry in this cave. Is this a lush cave under here? Wow, it's nice. And then we're gonna replace this with that. And just keep on placing torches wherever we go. Man, I wish my world had chunks of that bug. This is why you should play Minecraft forever. Eventually you're gonna have a generation bug. And every generation bug has winners and losers, right? It works poorly and it works great. This isn't modern terrain, but it's not modern terrain. And so, you know, works nicely for my benefit. Although, you know, I found a nice number of diamonds there. Not sure if I'm finding any more. Ow. Okay. Whee! Okay. Nice. So we'll torch this up. Yeah, I think I just got lucky in that particular cave, maybe. Or maybe not. Yeah, I think we'll come out of this cave. In my world, I have a wall of random unflowing water sources. Yeah, the unflowing water sources, that was a weird console thing, I feel like. Honestly, okay, when you converting from console to bedrock, the way it handles the world was one of the oddest things, in my opinion. Like, the fact that worlds had to kind of, like, smooth in onto a ledge. I could go show you some of mine at some point. You know, it's one of my favorite, like, odd quirks. Where are all the mobs, says Jeff Shannon? Where are all of the mobs? Chat, do you know the answer to that question? Why are there no mobs in this cave? So there's too many diamonds and too few mobs. Oh, it's so terrible. Hate mining like this. I wish there were more mobs and fewer diamonds. In the caves below. I don't have to keep my first Minecraft world. I had 2 villages. I merged with a huge wall full of doors and a wool rainbow. How do you not know how to keep it? The trick is, don't get rid of it and it will be kept. Oh, by the way, chat, I got a new PC. I'm excited about it. How do I take advantage of a new PC? Because I'm just gonna run Minecraft, but then like with a higher frame rate or something, I guess. Do we have any more fun ideas for what to do with it? I've been CPU limited on my streams for a while. So I got the newest Gen i9 or whatever the heck. It's like 8 generations ahead of my old one. Play Far Cry on stream, perhaps. I brag about it on the internet, that's how. You know, if you don't want to lose something, brag about it on the internet. That's life advice right there. Yeah, this is really intriguing cave, but I don't think I'm finding anything else in here that's worthwhile. I'm glad I made the visit. I'm definitely making a good effort to torch this up, but otherwise not too valuable. I don't know how I could pull it over the time. I guess I still could if my son's Xbox 360 still works. Yeah, you port from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. That still works as best I know. Then you transfer from Xbox One to Xbox One, the other version. And then you can transfer from that to the PC. It is possible. It just takes... you don't even need to transfer to the PC. I guess you can leave it on that other device. But that's how you would. If you wanted to, like, say, share it with other people. Or you could put it on a realm and someone could review it. Those are your options. Also, Worship House says Coolui. Yeah, porting from 360 still works. You know, give 4J serious credit for that. So many other web companies are like, yeah, we just decided to stop supporting this thing because it costs us money and we don't want to spend the money. Is 4J making money from Minecraft Xbox 360 sales right now? I would be willing to bet probably not. But do they believe that you should always have an option to leave that platform if you want to? Yeah, as long as it's reasonable. Oh wait, I have the non-flowing water sources too. Good news, we're in the same world. Okay, let's get back to my main tunnel and let's start digging it. Okay. I don't know how I came into this big cave. I think it was over here. It might have been over here though. No, it can't have been. Okay, I remember it was like 99,221. So I've just got to get back up. You know, I get knocked down, but I get up again. They're never going to keep me down. That's what I hear. Okay, so is it up here? It's got to be. Yeah, I'm finding the right way. So mine this with fortune. End up with more iron than I know what to do with. Then come into another cave. This time I must be close because I'm like 5 blocks below it. And then we go up some more. And then it's here. Okay. So then we're going to continue to mine this down. And this will eventually become a giant tunnel all the way down. So here's the deal, chat. So I have now completed one house below bedrock. Or rather, one house below my existing house. But if you'd like to come along for the house below this house, it's going to be next time. It's 10 p.m. And I've got some exciting things to be working on tomorrow. And, but also, I went through every single paid add-on in the marketplace. That video is coming out shortly. And then also the biggest video for like this half of the year about Mojang being lazy or maybe not. It's coming out fairly soon. Hope you're looking forward to it. Wait, actually, before we go, I'll say, how's it going, everyone? You having a good day? You having you enjoyed the stream so far? You got value from it? If you have gotten any value from this stream, consider making your day slightly better for yourself. Looking in the mirror and smiling at yourself next time. Doing something nice for someone in the world around you. You know, drinking more water rather than letting yourself get too thirsty. These are things that you should do. Or you could not, I guess. You could also alleviate your feelings by simply watching this stream and considering becoming a member. I'm just kidding. I'd much rather you go do something nice for yourself today. It's been a hard week, but I appreciate you being here for it, Internet. And I hope that you have the best... You know, actually, I hope you have a good tomorrow. Hope you have a good start of your week. And I am going to do the best personally too. Okay, I've been stalling just the tiniest bit. I hope you don't mind. So that after this stream's done, it'll redirect you to the next one. And you can know exactly when by hitting the subscribe and notification button. Something I'm sure you'd love to do. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you for the video that I hope is coming out tonight. Maybe. Goodbye.